Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders, depending on the time you are listening to this recording. So, today's teaching, we are going to be looking at a very important concept in price action, which is break of structure. Break of structure, which can also be called BOS, break of structure. This is a very, very important concept in price action, and it helps you to understand when market is changing a trend or when market is continuing a trend. So just like we know, we have three different types of trend. I will talk about that when we look into a topic a topic market structure. So but today we are looking at a break of structure. So what is break of structure? What is break of structure? What is BOS? Sorry. What is BOS? So break of structure simply means when a market trend, when a market breaks or violates a high or a low. What do I mean? Let's assume a market is pushing to the upside this way. The market is going up and gets to this point. Now it started coming down to a point around here, and then this point here is a low, your low. This is your low, and this point here is the high that was created. So if this price that is coming down happens to break this low here, it is a break of structure. And if it breaks this high here, it is also a break of structure. So let's see, price breaks it to the upside. That is a break of structure to the upside. A break of structure to the upside. It then means that market has the intention of going higher, going to higher prices, going higher. But if it breaks it down, it means price wants to go lower. So this is a kind of an uptrend, or an uptrending market. So what we see things like this, then price comes down again, and then comes to break it. Now, when price move from this low to this high, it retraces back to form a new low, and this low is higher than this low. It's higher than the previous low, so we call it a higher low because it is higher than what? Than this first low. Now, this higher low pushes the price to take this previous high that was created by this low and created a new high. Now, this new high becomes what? Becomes a higher high. And then we have a repeated cycle of it. So this becomes a new higher low, and then when it creates another high, it becomes a higher high. We'll look into this better when we talk about a market structure, but then I am only talking about a break of structure. So when you see price taking out previous highs or previous lows, that is a break of structure. So this is an example for a uptrend. Now let's look at another example. If we have market pushing down, taking lows. This is a market pushing down, then started retracing back, and then took out this low here down. So what does it mean? This is a high, and then this is a low. This is a low. Now, the moment price push up and takes out this low, what happens? That is what? A break of structure to the downside. Now, the moment it breaks to the downside, this automatically makes this high here a lower high, because it is lower than this previous high. So it is a lower high. Now, it has broken the structure to form a new low that is lower than this. So we call it a lower low. Now you see price retrace back into this zone and then takes out this lower low again. That is another break of structure. At this point is another break of structure. We are going to go into the chart to see what it looks like, because this is just a textbook pattern. So we'll see how it looks like in a real life. It will not look this simple in the real life example. So this becomes a new lower low. So this becomes a new lower low. So this is what it is, or what it looks like in a downtrend market. So this is what it looks like. Now let's look at the chart. This is a 15 minutes chart on Euro USD. Yes, but then we have different time frames. I'm not talking about time frames now. So we have different time frames which we are going to look at in our subsequent teachings or classes. So let's just start from this point. Let me zoom in. So let's start from somewhere around here. Let's start analyzing it from here. So just follow me. Let's analyze from here. So market was pushing from this downside, came to this point and retraced, and then took out this point to here. So I told you that it is retracing from a point we call the what? The high. And then as it comes to this point, it creates what? It creates a low. And then it retraced into this point to create a lower high rather, because it is lower than this high. So it creates a lower high. Now, the moment this low is violated, at this point, the moment that low is violated, it is what called a break of structure, BOS. It is called a break of structure. So now, this is what we are focusing on from this lower high created here to this new lower low that is created. This becomes your lower low. Anything happening inside of here, anything price is doing inside of here, it does not speak anything. It does not tell you where the market is going. except this high is taken, or this low is taken. So we see that price came in and was doing what we call consolidation. It was consolidating, and then it did not take this low, did not break this low. If supposing price broke this low this way and then start pushing upward, we are still in a downtrend market. But what did we see? This lower high was taken. So this lower high was taken at this point. It was at this point that this lower high was taken. So it means that market has changed its direction. This is a change of character. So market has changed from a downtrend market and now has become what? An uptrend market. So in this scenario, we now have this guy here as our low. This is our low, and at this point now we now have a high. We now have a high, which is a new high. So our market analysis, where we are interested in, is from here to this point. So anything happening inside is internal structure. So until this high is violated or this low is violated, anything happening inside is an internal structure. So let's look at it. We have a low, we have a high. Now, what did we see? We saw that this high was taken out by this price at this point. It was taken out. So we have a new break of structure. We have a new break of structure to the upside. Now, what happened? What did price do? Price came all the way down, and then started consolidating at this point. It was moving in this point. And it was moving in this point, consolidating at this point. Now, sorry for that. Let me remove this. Not until either this low is taken, or this high is taken, we are still in an uptrend. So now remember that after this low formed a new high and retraced back, it means we have gotten a new low at this point, and this low becomes our lower low. Now it creates a new high, so this high becomes what? Our higher high. So we will be looking at price to see what will price do. Now price have not taken this low. Price came all the way at this point to take this high, this higher high. Price took out this higher high, so we have a new break of structure. So as we have a new break of structure, this is the low that formed this break of structure, because this high, the new low that was formed by this high is this, the lowest point after the price started retracing from this high is your lower low. So this is it. This becomes your new lower low. So you go to the next point. So this becomes our new focus. We are done with this new focus. So this point becomes our new focus from this low to this high that was created. So everything happening here, you will see market will be forming, will be breaking little structures like this. You see price doing something like this inside of this. Yes, this one can only just give you an opportunity to get into the trade and all of that. So but then not until this new high is taken or this low is taken, we are still in an uptrend in this market. So price have created a new higher high, so we'll look for the lowest point before price created a low, a new high. So you see this point, price took out this high. Sorry, price took out this high here. This is a break of structure. Now the moment it took out this high, we have gotten a new lower low. You will trace the lowest point that price got to before creating this high. Where is the lowest point? It is obviously not this point, it's obviously not here, it is not here. This is the lowest point, so that becomes your new lower low. And now the highest point becomes your new higher high. So we have this point marked out. Anything happening from here to here, anything happening inside is just an internal liquidity. So our new point to focus is here. This is, I'm just using this, so this box, this rectangle, to give us an illustration so we can understand. Now see what happened at this point. See, look at what price did. It only came and take out this lower low a little. This is not a break of structure, this is a sweep of liquidity. Maybe in one of our sections, as God will help us, I would look at a sweep of liquidity. But this is a sweep of liquidity because what happened? Price only pushed down a little and then pushed up to take out this high. So this is price trying to fight liquidity, trying to grab liquidity. He grabbed liquidity from the low and from the high. But since we have been in an uptrend, this is our new break of structure. This is our new break of structure. So until this low or this high is violated, so we have a new low. So this is our new low here, and this is our higher high. So this is just a sweep of liquidity. Now what did price do? Price came all the way down and took out this guy again, a sweep of liquidity. So at this point now, we've seen that price is interested in going for lows. So this is a break of structure to the downside. So this is broken to the downside, just like this one was broken to the downside. So as long as price does not take out this high, if price did not take out this high, it means we have shifted to the downside. So price will start, we start retracing from this point. This point, price can start retracing to take down, to take lows and start forming lower lows and lower highs. So this is what break of structure is. So with a simple illustration, you can go to your chart and find break of structures and get entries when you see those break of structures and retracement. Maybe in subsequent teachings, I will tell you how you can use the knowledge of break of structure to take trades just with simple break of structure and other confluences. You can take your trade and make money in the market, the Forex market. So this will be all in this lesson. Well, if you want to get notified of subsequent teachings, subsequent sections I will be posting on my YouTube page. You can do well to subscribe to this YouTube channel and also hit the notification bell so that you can get notified when subsequent trades drops. So you can also do well to like and share. If you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section. I will attend to those questions as soon as possible.